everybody? Welcome to episode 104, EZPZ Podcast, coming at you from Studio EZPZ, Des Moines, Iowa. Joining me this week, Nick.
How's it going, guys?
What up, Nick? Trey.
Hey.
Hey, Trey and Mitch.
What up?
Yo, I'm glad to have you finally on an official one. You've been a guest on a couple.
Yeah. Camping one.
The
Ghost stories.
Ghost stories.
Yeah.
Talked about some UFOs.
UFO.
Oh, yeah.
Alien action.
And also you were on the Milwaukee.
Oh, yeah.
Jawbreaker.
Jawbreaker.
Yeah, with Brandon.
Nice.
We just did a really quick 30-minute one. That was fun. But hey, we have some stuff to talk about. That Fyre Festival was whack, though, right? So we're going to talk about... That documentary has gone crazy. Like, everyone at work has been talking about for 2 weeks. And that's not normal. I mean, obviously, there's so much shit to talk about. No one's talking about the government opening back up. Everyone's talking about the Fyre Festival. So that's...
The shit that happened 2 years ago.
I rewatched
Well, dude,
the Netflix this morning, and I'm watching the Hulu right now.
I haven't seen the Hulu one yet.
Just started it. And
I
it's
watched that one
way
first.
weird. Okay.
I liked it.
There was no goes to show that a festival that happened in 2017 is more relevant than the government being open.
Here's the situation. The government has been shitty for 200 years. And that's old news.
Yeah, no,
But
we're bored.
We're just remembering that Firefest happened.
Yeah. Right.
We forgot for a little while.
Oh, yeah, no.
And we've just been reminded.
Well, I didn't get the whole story when it first
Also, yeah.
happened, dude. Because
Yeah.
like I heard like something about them like dancing with pigs or something. There was like pigs all over the goddamn island or something.
Lord of the Flies shit.
Yeah, but I didn't really hear the full extent of how like
How fucked up
nasty it was.
Yeah.
Like I saw the cheese sandwich, which was pretty funny, and then
But it was just funny. It was just like, oh, a bunch of rich kids got ripped off.
Right.
I don't feel anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go down a little...
Made it real.
Yeah.
Let's go a little bit down this timeline, because there's some facts in here that I didn't really even notice or even know at the time, of course. But like, this was supposed to happen on Pablo Escobar's old island that he owned, and then it was bought out by another rich mogul that was doing less legal stuff than him, I'm sure. Maybe some tax stuff.
I thought that so the thing with Pablo Escobar's island is they like requested that they don't do any advertising with Pablo Escobar involved, and they didn't want his name to be involved at all. And then the first wave of advertising was like, it's on Pablo Escobar's island, and that's why they like pulled the contract on that island anyway.
Okay, so yeah, you're totally right. It was supposed to be on Pablo Escobar's island. Then the people that owned it, they were like, don't use his name at all. We want to like change like the outlook on this island experience, and like you're trying to like get tourists eventually there, I'm sure. But then they did in the first social media post they had, and then they were fired from that island, so they had to go island shopping. So Billy McFarlane, who looks like Seth MacFarlane, it's like uncanny.
Yeah, that is
Really?
an alarming.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Look at his face.
Billy has a way bigger face.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
probably like
for sure.
two Seth MacFarlane faces combined into one face.
Well, he doesn't actually have money to like get the blood from young children and
Just
whatever.
to reduce
true.
his face
Doesn't have
size.
that
I
Family
got
Guy
you.
Yeah,
money.
it looks like he is pumping the blood of young children into his face or something because
Yeah,
he was like,
just because of how plump
he-
he
his
is.
eyes are swelling shut almost.
He's got a big pot
virile.
belly.
Yeah.
He looks like he's about to pop at any moment. He has so much blood.
Yeah, he's like a tick.
Yeah.
Jesus.
parasite.
True. Actually.
I mean, yeah.
Wow.
That's pretty accurate.
Weird metaphor.
So they get fired. He goes island shopping. Of course, he doesn't have to. He's not going to go island shopping alone. He has to bring Ja Rule. Murda. Did you see that first video that was supplied by Jerry in the Netflix? Because let's put that out there right now, guys. Jerry Media. Fuck Jerry. Jerry Media. They did the Netflix one, and then Hulu paid Billy for theirs. So there's a little bit of controversy,
Right.
as far as
There's like an ethical dilemma there.
Yeah.
To some extent. I'm not an expert
I didn't realize
on
how.
ethics, but that seems wrong.
I've been following that Fuck Jerry account for a long time. I didn't realize it's just like a meme account, but I didn't realize how like extensive that shit goes. Like they have like a whole team behind that Instagram account. Like,
Oh,
what the
yeah.
fuck, dude, that's
yeah,
weird.
yeah, for sure. And then they have like sponsored posts on Instagram, and they're like an actual marketing
Right.
people now. But he brings Ja Rule to the island. They're partying it up. They find their island, and then they do the social media stuff, right? So they're doing this. They fly out like 60 models. doing this one promotional video. They hire a videographer, a video team, and they don't even know what they're supposed to do. All they know is there's going to be chaos. There's going to be a party going on. And they're still filming all these models, like Bella. I just know these names. I don't even know what these women look like except for their model-ish. Bella Hadid, Habib Hadid.
Hadid. I only know that from rap lyrics. It's Hadid.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And then there's that one lady. I don't know. But it goes off the deep end with this orange tile thing. So that they say that is like, I was on the Hulu one. They go extensive in there in the social media, like how the orange tile thing was calculated because of the fact that people are scrolling by, they see a hot chick, hot face, dude lifting weights, whatever, someone eating food.
Right.
But then they'll stop on orange because, boom, it's like eye catching. And they say that with just that orange tile launch day, they sold 95% of their tickets within 48 hours. So like launch day and the day after. And they paid Kendall Jenner $250K
For a post on social media, right?
Yeah,
about
for a single post.
Well, yeah, they paid like a whole bunch of people,
400
a whole lot
influencers.
of bunch of money
And I
to
didn't
like
even
do
see
it.
one of them. Like they didn't even
Right.
reach me. So money wasted. Money super wasted.
Yeah,
Money
super duper wasted. Dude, Mitch would have bought like the VIP
Yeah, if I had known.
package.
if only.
Sold all of my belongings.
So what you're saying is you don't follow Caitlyn Jenner.
That is correct.
Heck no, man. She has almost 100 million followers already. But the thing with this, did you guys? I like the Hulu one because Trey said Trey and Nick have seen the Hulu one.
Yeah.
I like the beginning that I've seen at least, where they go extensively and they interview him about how he was. He said, like, when I was in second grade, I had a crush on this girl next to me, and we were drawing with crayons. First of all, second grade drawing with crayons, it doesn't really ring a bell.
No, it does because third, fourth grade is colored pencils.
There you
First
go.
through third. So third grade,
What
like,
about-
you have some like
The scented
leeway,
markers.
you
Yeah, I was gonna
know,
say,
like,
when did the
you
scratch
can
and sniff
definitely
markers come in?
Well, those are for rich entitled kids, and that pretty much ended first grade. So
Gotcha.
like,
Okay.
because if you're still sniffing your paper after first grade, you're definitely in some sort of special education. I'm sorry.
Jesus.
Shit.
I have a confession.
Mitch is
to
like,
make.
I still do this
Huh,
to
yeah.
this
No,
day.
he buys
You guys aren't
freshies.
smelling your paper?
Yeah, no, he's buying freshy scented markers.
Yeah.
Freshie scented markers.
Just for the thrill.
Yeah, I print something out at work. I sniff that paper first.
Oh yeah,
I
the
smell
hot.
it. I'm not up in it, sniffing it.
Oh.
I'll like waft it.
I
You know,
bury
give it
that.
like
Oh
a
my
hand
God.
waft.
It's like a fine wine.
Yeah, because I'm an adult and I don't need to put my face up in the paper.
All right.
So it goes down the line where he's in second grade and he sells she breaks her favorite color crayon. He sells her another of the crayons from
He
the
repairs
classroom.
the crayon for $1.
I thought it was he sold her that crayon for $1.
I think he just repaired
No,
it.
yeah, he was like, because he's the thing where he like hacked into like their little computer system or whatever and like put out the thing to everybody
Yeah.
saying I'll fix your
No.
crayons or whatever.
Yeah, they say that
Third grade.
second grade.
How old is he?
Second grade, he
At this
hacked
time?
into
Like,
like
what-
their
what
computer.
was
This
he
guy
actually-
lies nonstop.
Yeah, no, that's
right.
what I'm
So,
getting
A,
at.
that's a made up story. Totally. It
Oh,
never
yeah.
happened at any point. Like, I know.
If I had a crush on a girl, I'd give her the crayon or fix it for free. I wouldn't charge her. What?
Yeah.
Dude, and if he was so fucking psycho that he would be charging $1 to fix a crayon, like, I don't even want to talk about
Second
that.
grade is like 92 for him. He's like 5 or 7 years older than me. Like, what the fuck is he talking?
Computers. No one knew how to hack computers then.
I was to say
He
you
said
would
he
know.
got into the
This
he
is
hacked.
before the movie Hackers was made. No one knew how to hack.
Yeah,
No
well,
one knew what-
That's when the world was first
Not to
introduced.
mention, none of these kids had access to fucking the internet or computers. They're in second goddamn grade and they're not in email, so they're not getting the goddamn. Oh, Billy, you're fucking me up.
Dude,
I know,
it gets So, that's why I like the Hulu one because it shows. And then he says something he did in fifth. Oh, in fifth grade, he had a company where he had three. He was three people from India reported to him. In fifth grade, he said people were playing kickball on the playground, and I was answering phone calls from international employees.
even
On what
remember that,
phone, bud?
Yeah,
What phone?
95.
When were the
What
bricks? When were Nokia bricks? Were those?
My dad had a cell phone in 1995. It was bigger than a football.
Yeah.
Okay? Like, it was huge.
This dude is the biggest piece of shit. I thought Ja Rule was Ja Rule. I don't feel bad for him. He's still stupid, but this guy got Ja Rule bad. So then this guy,
Right, we all got bamboozled. Ja Rule got bamboozled with us.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I mean, that's fairly.
he
true.
did lose a lot of money. He didn't say on Twitter how much, but he was like obviously pissed off because they made him look like a complete idiot. Both of the documentaries.
Yeah.
Let's go, man. Let's party. I got a lot of smart people on this phone call, man. He's so dumb.
Jesus.
I feel bad, kind of, but not really. Like, he's not forgiven for an amazing song with Ashanti.
Nah.
Who thinks that?
True.
Was Ashanti
True.
texting him like the day these came out? I was like, "Hey, boo, I know like, you're about to get slammed, but don't forget about the good times we had."
God. Wait, didn't they have a tour?
He was not associated.
Wasn't there gonna
with
be
it.
a
Yeah,
tour?
dude, because they toured
Ashanti was
together.
calling him and like, lose my number.
No.
They toured
A
together
year
like
ago, they
last
toured
year.
together
Yeah,
for
did they?
Valentine's Day,
Yes.
and we were
That
like,
was
actually,
after
dude.
we all forgot about Fyre Festival.
Exactly.
We had talked about how we just all forgot about it.
Yes.
And like that was after we had forgot about it. So it was okay again. But that day, Ashanti was nowhere near John.
or the phone to text him.
Oh, no. She destroyed her phone that day. Like,
Yeah.
because I'm sure the press was actually. I legit bet the press was getting a hold of Ashanti to ask her,
Probably.
like, is there any fucked up shit you can tell us about Ja Rule? Because that would, like, make our day, really.
Ja Rule texted her and was like, Ashanti, I just, oh man, I need to just hang out. And she was just like, who dis?
Yeah. New phone. Who did?
She could have sent a picture of like her bruised up face from like a car accident and said, "He Chris Browned me."
Oh,
my God.
wow, dude. Dark
Just like
times.
that. Well, we'll get into that piece of shit later. But so he stays like a frequent flying liar, like a frequent liar throughout his life, and he like eventually becomes this like really like crazy mogul in New York City with this Magnesis debit card thing.
So let's not get ahead of ourselves
Okay,
on
okay.
Mogul because like they were talking about like the amount of people like subscribed to it and it was like a very small number. It was,
It was
like,
like-
under 100.
Yeah, like they were.
Netflix
it was a
was
big
ma-
deal when they cracked 1,000 eventually.
Yeah.
And- but then they didn't get,
1,500 members was
Yeah.
the big number.
Like they
Sure.
hit 1,500 at their peak.
Yeah, I know that it was like something like really small and like he had
He
like
way
inflated it.
He said it
Yeah.
was like 10,000.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
and the Netflix one kind of made it sound like, okay, this guy's got some marketing chops on.
Sure.
Then the Hulu one's like, no, like, yeah, he was always struggling. He was giving you these card holders. So the main appeal of it was that it was like a metal card, and he like legit made it by buying a sheet of metal from China, the magnetic strips from whatever, and copied his own debit card to it, or credit card probably. And then he said he went down to the sandwich shop and bought a sandwich, and it worked. I couldn't believe it. So then like the idea came where he'd sell these membership credit debit cards, $250 monthly fee, but you get like all these perks for like gyms and retail
clubs,
stores,
like events and shit.
yeah. And so the Hulu one was dope because it was like this dude like promised these tickets for this event, and then he couldn't make that happen. So then, well, he did make it happen, but he had to go into debt just to make it happen. So then he promised another one, and eventually got to like the Super Bowl. It was like Beyonce and
Oh, you're saying that he's
Jay-Z
like
tickets.
kept promising a new perk
Yeah.
for the cards, yeah, where he would like promise like there was like the townhouse or whatever it was, that there was like
Yeah.
some like penthouse type situation, and then like he couldn't afford that, so he had
Well,
to do like a new promotion. And
one
like,
of the people, like some of the card holders, like had a party there, which was the point of it. You'd have your own like place to party, and because look, think about New York City. You either have like a studio apartment
The size of this room.
Yeah.
or an apartment that's like 2 or 3 rooms, and you're spending all your money on that, like $5,000 a month, but or maybe a little bit less. But
So is this whole thing, is this a Ponzi scheme then? Because you're just like putting off
Essentially.
the money that you're like,
Yeah.
isn't that like what the
His,
Ponzi
like-
scheme is? Is
yeah,
that
he
you're
was,
like getting
like-
money from people?
Making a scam, paying it off with a previous scam that he got
Yeah.
the money from, and just like keeps piling on debt and shit. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
so
So
he
like,
never really had the money from any of this shit. He
it was
just,
so
like,
interesting to me that it was like a question of like whether or not he had like committed crimes. He ended up like doing like 6 years in prison.
Well,
Like, I'm
he's
sorry,
in
I'm
prison.
getting a little.
you're getting ahead, yeah.
But
But so at the best, according to the Netflix one, he was making $2 million a month. This Magnesis card. So through the fees and through the promotion, but he was still spending more. Like he was going into a lot of debt.
yeah, there's a lot of employees for the company too, right? Like,
Yeah. There was like a team of four or six people, I think.
yeah.
I don't remember exactly, but 6 weeks out on this new island, Great Exuma, Bahamas. Site is hazardous. Like you look at it, got hit by Hurricane Michael, I believe, a couple years ago. So it looks just like kind of destroyed. He oversold. So after it all sold out, they oversold lodges, the villa. Had to find Airbnbs for guests, and that was like I felt bad for a couple of the people that were working for Fyre Media for the Fyre Festival, because they were like, they probably went through like so much like years worth of stress and aging in this one year.
That fucked me up watching the documentary, because I didn't know at all about the Fyre app that they had been working on. And there's just a whole company full of people like really grinding away on some software development.
Right.
That sounded like a pretty good idea.
Yeah.
And then they're just like, let's promote it with this catastrophe and run the company into the ground.
Right.
So the app, do you remember the exact point of the Fyre app?
It was a booking platform that was like, it sounds like a
for
great
celebrities
idea.
and stuff.
Yeah, if you want to book any talent of any like type or genre, it's just like right there.
And I guess
Ja Rule, $15K. Come play your birthday party.
That's what I was gonna say. After all this shit happened, then Ja Rule. Did you see like at the end of the Hulu one? I think Ja Rule ended up making his own app.
Yeah, they're like launching another one. Yeah.
Icon
basically
with
the
2
same
M's.
scheme.
It's a good idea.
Yeah.
And some like, oh my god, in the Netflix documentary, one of this is I'm a software developer, so I'm like just thinking about it. The software developer they had on there is the best dressed software developer I've ever seen in my entire life. Period, by a huge margin. I'd like to think I dress well. He's like 30 times better dressed than I am. It's insane.
Well, do you think Billy's gonna hire like a non?
Yeah, that man should just be in the fashion industry. He shouldn't be writing code. He shouldn't be writing code.
Billy had nothing to do with the Fyre app, though, right?
Yeah,
like,
no, he did.
Outside of like being the promoter, then though,
Right,
like
he was like an officer in the company.
No, he was the one that was bringing funding, and then Ja Rule was bringing the networking.
The talent and stuff.
And then the guy that he's talking about was bringing this engineering. So it was like 3 people that were part of the Fyre app. And obviously the Fyre Festival is what ate up all the money in there for the funding for that. Like he was using both. He was using the Fyre app to fund the Fyre Festival. So the card holders eventually had their accounts revoked. Like they weren't able to go to these gyms and all this like networking stuff. And then what you were saying, Trey, with the town home they were supposed to have to like be able to party in, that got trashed by some card holders like on a night, and he got sued for $13,000, and that's what the Hulu one revealed. So they were going down the shitter. Last week on episode 103, Trey was talking about the whole situation with the guy that was asked to go suck dick for the customs like manager for the Bahamas for Evian water.
Dude, that YouTube video has like almost 400 views.
No way.
Not like my like parody. That one's like almost up to 100, but like that one is like blowing up. Like not like blowing up. Like 400 views is like nothing, but like you know what I mean.
Yeah,
that's
hilarious. Awesome. You put a lot of time in it. I think it's
not
good.
into that one. No, the parody one took like I just posted the whole dick sucking exchange.
How's it not been taken down yet?
It doesn't matter. Like it's like too short of a clip, and I'm not making money, so YouTube doesn't want to take it down.
Okay.
Brilliant. Dodging the system.
So everything's going down. The booking is gonna cost. Apparently, the booking was supposed to cost $3 to $4 million. So I loved hearing that number because Nick and I are always talking about, our whole friend group is always talking about with music festivals and stuff, how much one of these artists here or there costs. So their entire lineup is $3 to $4 million. They were saying like the artists were like confused, like they're getting paid double their normal asking rate,
right?
And they were like, and then the guy that was doing the investigation with the Fyre Fraud Twitter, he was like getting a hold of these artists,
see if they got paid.
Yeah, and then he's like, "Well, funny you ask, we have not." And
he was
also
forging fake documents to show that he had paid people.
Oh yeah, forging. This dude is gonna eventually do time. I think Trey already alluded to that.
For sure.
So production was $38 million. The quote for $38 million. They also recorded at $6 million to feed 6,000 guests. These like luxury sushi and Indian and like worldly cuisines. They had like allocated about $1 million for that. The guy that in the beginning it was Ja Rule, Billy, and this one other guy. He looks kind of silly, has an accent. But it was those three that were going to islands together, like in trying to. He was part of it for like the first month or two.
The pilot.
Oh yeah. He's a
yeah.
pilot. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's like, whenever Billy's in my plane, we have to do 6 G's or something like that.
Yeah, I can't remember. Yeah, I was just like, I don't want to in that plane,
G's
dog.
of cocaine.
This is how Ja Rule.
No, 0 G maybe. Where they
he was like turning him so
No,
that it
they're
would
like,
feel
the
like
pilot
weightless.
does this cool thing where he does 0 G. I have no idea how he does it.
Yeah, this is like a headline waiting to happen. Ja Rule dies in a dumb plane accident in the Bahamas. Also, some other people we never heard of.
You're totally right, Mitch. So it's the pilot, and he also is somebody that has lived in the Bahamas for like 15 years or his whole life or something. So like he understands like the people there, even though it's like the white dude. But like he understands the culture, and he understands where everyone and where he can get certain things like catering.
How business is done to some extent.
Exactly. Yeah. So I love it. Like he's like, I went with him that night. I went with Billy. I told him we need toilets. He's talking about all the things, how he needs artists and influencers. I told him we need 1,000 toilets, and Billy like laughed at him. Like he was like, they were videotaping this conversation, and then
I like how, by the way, that dude is like on top of it. He has no experience in putting on a festival, and he's like, we need exactly this many toilets because I did the math, and we need this much space for tents and villas because I did the math. And everyone else is just like, whatever, man, we're not listening to you.
It's like, just go with the flow.
yeah, exactly.
That was like a cool. I mean, that would have been the coolest place to work up until like the last like 3 weeks.
Right.
Like everyone's like, we're just like chilling and vibing and partying.
Yeah.
And then the last 3 weeks where you have to work like 140-hour like days.
The move would have been to have, if they were paying you, which I'm sure they weren't paying anyone, would have been to just work for a little while and then right before the event just been like, I'm out, guys.
Right. Yeah. Some of, I like how like when the shit really hit the fan, a lot of the dudes that were working, like I can't remember which one they were interviewing, but he was like, I knew this shit wasn't gonna happen, so I just fucking got a plane out of there. Like
I got the first boat out of there. Yeah. He was like a local.
Yeah, dude. What the
so he tells him he needs the toilets. He's telling him like, hey, we have all this space we need for these villas, but it ends up being these tents, which we'll get at. But he's telling him all this, and he's like, they have a map there, and Ja Rule's sitting there. They're all drinking tons of beer, and Billy like knocks over his beer on the map. I'm like, at this point, I already feel so bad for this guy. He's trying to actually like be a good person, get this organized,
be professional about it.
Be professional, and Billy like knocks his beer all over it. He's like makes a joke about it, but he ends up like staying in the villa with his girlfriend, and he's like in the tent. It's like these like what were they what people were calling them, like they're not
the little white dome tents.
they're like
the FEMA tents.
FEMA tents. Yes, exactly. Yeah. He's like, people need to like stay on a separate cruise ship because of like the weather and everything, like on the island or whatever. These tents won't be enough, and he says that he's gonna stay in there. He stays in there with his girlfriend and overnight to see like how it's gonna be the experience on this like air mattress, and it's supposed to be like this luxurious thing. And he says that there were like the mosquitoes were so bad they couldn't even stay in there.
Yeah, and it was like super hot. There's like no airflow or
Yeah,
anything. It's
without
like a
air
canvas tent or something.
Right.
Man, it was.
He was like the only one who did. He like actually thought a thing. He like had one thought, but this dude had like 10 thoughts, and everyone else had no thoughts ever.
Well, I like how, because I always like to think about the time that it actually takes to put on a big festival, going to like Electric Forest and Somerset and all these crazy things. And when he was saying he wanted to do all this shit in 6 months, anyone in their right mind that would have ever put on such a big thing is
18
like,
months
no
may not even
way.
be enough.
Right. Yeah.
Especially for
they
the
were
first
saying
one.
18 months was the
Like
standard,
minimum, probably. You know.
Yeah.
So like
they were saying the standard, but
yeah.
We've talked about this a few times, but I love that you brought the time frame, because people for this year's Coachella, or right now people are planning out 2021's Coachella, like thinking about it. If not 2020, of course, but like they're thinking about those. And like as far as the headliners, it's easy because they can tell that headliners like years in advance, 2-3 years. And Kanye West was supposed to play last year's Coachella, or one of the bigger music festivals, and he was like asked like before his other album came out. So it would have been a long time. It's like a normal thing in this industry. So they finally get like the Great Exuma, Bahamas Island, and this is where we're gonna bring up our good friend over here. What's her name? Marianne Roll. But she just this week, like after viewers of this Netflix documentary had watched it, they felt bad for her, and they put up a GoFundMe. Like this is organized by people other than her, like just actual viewers of the documentary. and asked originally 123,000, which I don't know how they got to that number.
She said that she used like $50,000 of her own savings.
Yeah, but I wonder how they got to the 123.
Maybe because she also didn't get paid.
Right, and yeah,
right? So she spent 50 of her own grand, and it was like
she was supposed to be paid another amount.
She was the only one that paid the people from the Bahamas, the Bahamians.
Yeah, she said she paid wages for people that work there.
That's
crazy.
Probably part of it too. Yeah.
Well, that would be like out of the 50 grand, but then I'm just saying that she was probably be compensated a huge amount for being like the only goddamn bar in the island. You know what I mean? Like so.
That was like the only thing that they did have was a shit ton of booze, right?
They had what appeared to be enough alcohol.
Yeah.
Not beer, but they had
liquor.
Bottles of tequila.
There was no issue. They paid $2 million for alcohol for the whole thing, and that was like everyone thought that was ridiculous because they hadn't bought the toilets and shit yet or whatever. So
priorities, man.
Yeah, I mean, like honestly, if you're
you can pee anywhere.
Let's be honest here, though. If you're gonna go to a music festival and you have the choice between having to shit outside and no alcohol, and like having to like shit in a porta potty and like have no alcohol, you're gonna take. You'll shit it everywhere. You'll shit anywhere besides the porta potty.
It's gonna be like London, and there's just like
like the old days, the 1800s. So you just throw shit out your window in a bucket.
Out your FEMA tent.
Like, there you go. Yeah, right where you're gonna have to walk through. That's where that goes.
She is at $196,000 right now, guys.
Damn.
Like even after GoFundMe's 8% or whatever, that's still
good for her.
$180,000.
I'm always skeptical because some asshole set that up. Is she gonna get the money?
Right.
Well, I think that they made it as she made her as the creator now or something, because I'm pretty sure like the articles I had read, it was set up by viewers. Viewers of Netflix helped Marianne roll after she lost her savings. Oh, maybe
maybe someone helped her set it up, or just was like,
dude,
set it up.
You need to do this.
Yeah.
So people are super skeptical about charities in the first place, and I think that a lot of people thought what you thought, Mitch, and like that was fucking confirmed, and before they had $100,000 in there, you know what I mean? Like,
true.
I just don't think it would get beyond $1,000 without somebody doing the research and the due diligence, so
it does say it was created by her, and maybe I just misread the headline that was viewers of Netflix's helped being like they helped her set it up, but what it is probably meaning is like viewers paid her, gave her $5 here, $10 here. They Bernie Sanders her, so like she get some dollar bills here or there. But I feel pretty good about that, because I will say, like, rewatching it this morning, I was looking into her eyes, like when she's telling, like, I gave it all. I gave all my money. I had to pay my workers because I had to stand in front of them every day.
Yeah.
Like, I did feel a little.
I mean, there's still a lot of workers that never got paid.
Yeah, right? I'm sure. Tons of people got fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah. A couple last things. So, like, when it was about to peter out, like a week, 7 days out, I think, they came up with this idea for the RFID band. Have you guys ever used that in a music festival? I know I have.
I've never been to a place that's had it, but I've heard you talk about it.
Okay, so it's the one that we went to in New Orleans had it, and it was really nice. Like it's your actual festival wristband, and they have like these like iPads everywhere you go, and you just put it there to get a beer. Boom, and it's like connected to your debit card, and so like kids were loading money onto these RFID bands. $800,000.
They were like insisted, like they were like you should and have to load it.
Like, they were saying like $3,000 isn't going to be enough.
Yeah, like $3,000 if you don't want to do anything.
It's so messed up, little dude. Bitch. Yeah. So much manipulation. I mean, part of me thinks that Billy is the biggest piece of shit, right? But like, there's got to be some people that knew it, but. According to like everyone else, like Billy keeps a line of communication between everything, right?
And everyone was saying like he's super charismatic, he's super positive, super level-headed. Like it was like right before the fest where they were saying this is the only time that we've seen him sort of freaking out.
Right.
Was right before, but then that confused me because I was like, he had to know this was coming. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The guy is a derp. Like they were talking about how he had like. So they were getting the tents ready or whatever, and they were like, we had like 400 tents done, we had a system, and we were getting that shit done, and then Billy's like, hey, everyone, go get a fucking tent, boys.
Oh, yeah.
And it was just like, then that's when like chaos broke out. It's like
when the sun went down.
Yeah, because they had only booked, or like only a third of the people that were going to be in the tents, like were there
Showed
on
up.
the island. Yeah, like because there was multiple days of flights coming in or whatever, and like all of the tents were full. So like it was fucking out of control.
I want to say I would be able to like keep a level head, especially with Lydia next to me. Probably better than if she wasn't. But there's a moment in the Netflix one where there's this kid that they interviewed only for like this exact like scene in their documentary where like he's like, everybody just grab a tent. Where he's like, this kid's like, we got our stuff. And they had to like get all their luggage out of these 2 semis.
Are you talking about the blonde kid?
No, I'm talking about this Asian kid.
Oh, they were like slashing tents.
Yeah, they were
and shit.
slashing tents so that they wouldn't
His
have
friend
neighbors.
peed on some mattresses. So
Yeah.
I would have been eating people, so I did not. When he said that, I was just like, you know what? Like, I wouldn't admit that on a documentary, but I would also be a monster, I'm sure.
Well, yeah, I'd be tearing down tents and making spears out of them.
I would be breaking out the poles, sharpening them.
I'm not gonna pee on fabric I could use later.
30 minutes after they told us we needed tents, I would have been cooking someone.
Yeah.
Like, I ate today, but I'm just going to start now.
No, that's a strong survival instinct.
I am the captain now.
Props.
It's one of those few times that the documentaries like from Netflix and these streaming services has really like struck a chord with me because we cover and go to so many music festivals. I was very, very thrown off by it. Like I knew it was bad. Like obviously we joked.
I didn't know how extensive it
Dude,
was.
how horrible would that be? They had afterward, like eventually it gets canceled because the guy that is in charge of talent finally steps up to the plate and he's like, I called and canceled all the talent. Like motherfucker, Blink-182 already can't. They all were not even planning on going.
None of them were coming.
None.
Someone made the point that's like, if you have, how much was it? Like $200,000 to see Blink-182, you get what you get, bro.
Right. Yeah, I was a comedian on Conan.
Yeah.
If you have enough money to go and see Blink-182 on an island,
Right.
spend this company.
$3,000 or whatever $1,000 the tickets were to go see Blink-182.
Yeah.
No sympathy. No sympathy.
Yeah.
Dude.
So I was thinking this when we were watching these documentaries. Like, I want to know what person, like, how long, like the longest person was there or whatever. Like, because it took people days. Like, it seemed like to get out.
The worst
so, like,
case.
In the airport.
Yeah,
I
they
want
had
to know
to stay
like
overnight.
worst case scenario. Like, was a dude there for a week? Like 2 weeks?
Well,
like,
so the people you're talking about that got
he
stuck in
lives
the
there.
airport.
He stayed. Someone's like
someone never
married a local.
never left.
Family now.
They're like, Fyre Festival rules. I'm staying forever.
Oh my god, super fan.
Okay, just because of how like math works, that happened to one person.
It has to have.
Hey,
Right?
it could have been a girl. Could have
Yeah,
been a
it's
lady.
I'm
true.
sure.
Yeah,
I
true.
said one person. I didn't assume
True.
their gender, so that's on you for assuming that I assumed the gender.
Oh shit.
So true.
All right. So what happened to this POS? He went to jail.
Okay, yeah.
Six
So-
years in prison.
Yeah, but it gets better, guys. So you thought we were done after 30 minutes? No, because it gets better. He goes on bail. Like, obviously, his parents or somebody has money enough to bail him out. He is so addicted to this, like, rush of lying and manipulating, scamming. He's Eddie from Ed, Edd n Eddy. Like,
Kind of true.
kind of looks like him a little bit. Like,
You know what? Yeah.
It's all in the
kind of
family.
eerie.
It's all in the family.
it's that wide face, no neck.
Right. Yeah.
It's,
Even the haircut, kind of like the wavy line.
Yeah. The wavy line.
So the penthouse, he's in this penthouse. He gets out of bail. He's in this really nice, gorgeous, like they had tons of shots in there because
hires a film crew.
he hires
Right,
a film
right.
crew. What is up with this dude?
Could you guys
How does he still-
document how I'm for sure in violation of my parole or my
Yeah.
My bail,
My
yeah.
bail, yeah.
Like, so he sets up this new company called New York City NYC
Oh.
VIP Access, where he uses the email list from Fyre Festival to contact these rich, obviously kids, maybe not rich. Like, I think that's so like annoying that people are like just assuming someone's rich if they have $3,000 to spend
Right.
on a vacation because
Let's face it, they're just definitely stupid. They might not be rich.
yeah.
They
Dude,
are
you know
dumb.
what this guy reminds me of really hard? You guys ever watch Parks and Rec?
Yeah.
You know the company that
yeah.
Aziz Ansari and
Yeah.
like John Ralphio
They had a clip
start?
of that. They had a clip
Yes.
of that in the Hulu. It was
Oh
so
no
true.
shit!
Yeah,
That makes
yeah,
me
yeah.
feel like dumb
he's
for
like
saying that.
John
then,
Ralphio minus all of the likability.
Yeah, in the funniness. Yeah.
Yeah.
In the humor.
Uh-huh.
So he sets up this new company, and he can't be the face of it. So he gets this random 22-year-old that he's just been buddy with, apparently, named Frank something. And he gets this poor kid to be the face of it. And he has this kid, like, just on the clock. He has his AirPods in. And think back to, like, June of last year or whatever. Like, AirPods, probably not as popular as they are now. There's no jokes online yet, at least, about him. But he's like,
he was wearing a Fyre Fest hoodie too. I remember the
and a
documentary.
Magnesis hat.
I was just like,
God.
you just dress like you were like, I'll hire you. I can't pay you money, but I do have
all this merch no one
merch
wants.
from Dead Ventures. And do you need clothes?
Oh my God.
I mean, the economy's down, so let's face it, we could all use a new hoodie.
That's true. I'll just flip that bitch inside out. I'll be good.
Oh my
I
god.
mean, it's a cold winter. You got to dress in layers.
This kid's sending emails to all those people that went to or tried to go to this festival about like VIP access to this like Victoria Wintour like model show that you can only get by literally being invited by her, like a handwritten invite by her or some bullshit, or printed. But or like concerts, obscene concerts that you would never have tickets to. Burning Man, like
Yeah.
you don't just buy Burning Man tickets. One does not just buy Burning
One
Man
does not
tickets. Like it's a
You
huge
sneak
process. Yeah,
You fucking
Isn't
drop
it
in by
usually, like in a
yeah.
desert. Like
Yeah.
so,
it's in the desert. Yeah,
seems like way.
Yeah, you fly
easier
over, you
to
jump
fucking-
out of an airplane,
People legit do that.
and then you parachute in.
yeah.
I mean, you kind of look like an asshole.
Yeah. Everyone's riding around on their Schwinn. They see some dude parachuting.
Somebody
Just
should
like,
somebody should do it in like full like a military like
Oh
World
my
War
God.
II parachute outfit.
Then it would be okay.
Yeah, that would be great.
Like, no, I'm just an art installation.
Yeah.
You didn't get the memo? You didn't get the memo?
Yeah.
So this poor kid Frank, though, he's cold calling these people, saying, "Yeah, you can get tickets, but you have to buy them like now." He's like, "Hustle," and there's a point in it. It's like if Billy's like, "That's just the hustle, man. That's just how it is, the grind." Like he's quoted, he's on video saying that to this kid Frank. It's
That's
just
not
disgusting.
true, Billy. I work in a cubicle.
Yeah.
I don't lie to anybody about it.
Yeah.
I don't lie to anybody.
So there's this Vice. There's a bunch of people that are catching on to this. A Vice editor, forget her name. Apologize, because I usually like to point out journalists, but especially in this day and age, fake news is like rampant and it's bullshit most of the time. But she writes this article on June 12th, 2018, about how she finds all the connections between Fyre Festival and his New York City VIP access. And she just blows him out of the water. 6 hours later, he's arrested again. So he pled guilty to all this stuff, and he is in there for 6 years. He's banned from being
An
a
officer.
CEO. Yeah,
Any officer in a company.
for life.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's crazy that you can do that legally.
Right,
Like,
yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, that you can just, like, take someone's
Well,
right to, like, make
Start.
a business.
Yeah, to start a company.
I agree,
it's kinda
but he
weird.
just has such a bad
Oh,
track
no, he's like,
record that-
no, I'm
Isn't
saying
Tesla
if
is a
anyone
special
deserves
case.
that, that's just, like, a crazy thing. That
I didn't know it was a possibility. Yeah.
Security is something. Yeah. SEC won't
Yeah.
let me be or let me be.
Yeah.
So let me see.
Oh, my God.
No, but
So could you be,
Trying to
like,
shut me
the
down on
sole
MTV.
proprietor of something, then?
etc.
I don't think so. I think it's like you can't be at the top of the pyramid.
Maybe
the food chain.
Yeah, I don't know anything about this. Let me
Yeah,
preface
yeah.
the statement that I'm about to make with that. But
I'm
maybe there's
unqualified.
Maybe there's like a like if you're operating a company with 3 people, maybe you're not the CEO.
Right.
Like,
Yeah, sure.
And
now
honestly,
you
I could
just-
see him
yeah.
still
Well, that's
getting
what
around
It's a
it.
small business. Maybe you can do that. I
So
don't know.
until you claim like LLC or like
Right.
I think that you're like the sole proprietor and that you accept all responsibility for the company. And I
Right.
think that once you open up like to an LLC, that's when you're like shifting the blame and like that's
Right.
like, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Because it's limited liability,
Right.
whatever. I don't even know
Company?
what the last word.
Limited liability
LLC. I thought it was LLD. In my... I've had one beer, boys. I'm out of control, dude.
You had like literally a beer and a half, and you're like,
he has not eaten
One.
food today.
true.
One beer, and this is like a strong beer, boys. Like I don't know, like what percentage is on this motherfucker.
Something,
but it's
something.
something.
It's
I-
5.2.
I just did this yesterday. I went to a happy hour with some guys at work, and I didn't eat lunch yesterday because I was too busy. And then I showed up at Wellman's and immediately ordered a shot of whiskey and a beer, and drank a shot of whiskey and a beer, and got to another beer, and then I was just like, oh, I'm drunk. And then I was like, oh, I didn't eat food.
Yeah.
That'll get you every time.
And
That's
then I
some
was
dark
just
shit.
like, oh, yeah, this is like when I was 19 and 20 and would do this deliberately to save money on alcohol.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you save money by not eating too.
Yeah. I didn't eat. I saved food money,
Right.
and I need way less alcohol.
Mom gave you the $5 for lunch money, and you put it in your pocket.
Yeah, this is for a 40-ounce lady.
Yeah.
I guess the point I'm trying to make is that you cannot. I really doubt that you can ban someone from like opening up a fruit stand on the side of the road and being the CEO of the fruit.
I think
stand.
it's so like
you know what I mean.
Like you have to be able. It's tied in with taxes. Like you're unable to like file the taxes portion, so you can't legally be like at the top of the company. But anyway, we've been talking extensively about this. I think it's a beer break time, right, boys?
Oh,
Sure,
I got
yeah.
this.
I'm out. So
Piss and beer
I need
break?
beer.
Oh,
Cool.
dude.
This new age podcast time is.
I like this. And break your shit.
2 minutes.
Well, split your Super Nintendo in half, Sean.
No way.
I'm just kidding.
No way.
Not.
Whoa.
He did karate chop it with a pop filter though.
Jesus, Trey.
My phone broke in half.
Did it?
No,
it's broken. So Nick, we're done talking about this Fyre Festival stuff. I want to hear about Chris Brown's latest, because he is officially on my celebrity blocked list.
Celebrity. He
It's
wasn't
not even
before.
a very big list. I'm very proud of my Facebook blocked list here. It's just for this.
It's hefty.
It's fat as shit. Here, I'm gonna try finding it while you go ahead and do your thing, Nick. Tell me some stuff.
So,
about
did
this.
you guys see? I guess Chris Brown's back in the news again recently. So I guess he was arrested in Paris. He had some allegations of being a part of, I guess, an aggravated rape.
Yikes.
Yeah.
That's a yikes source.
Oh, big yikes.
Aggravated too is bad. That's even worse.
I'm not a lawyer, but I know that that's a bad word.
As opposed to non-aggravated
Yeah.
rape. Like, I
Well,
mean,
like-
so I guess what the thing is like including statutory rapes and all of the different.
There's different classifications.
Sure,
right?
yeah, you're right.
I wasn't saying. I fucked that up. All right, let's start again. No, anyway, he was released, and I guess the investigation's still ongoing. But the woman that accused him basically said she was under like psychological pressure to have sex with her and him and like 3 other dudes. So I don't know.
Him and 3 other dudes. His whole posse.
I don't know the whole.
How does he have 3 friends still after he hurt poor Riri?
I know, right?
Some men are monsters.
Some men just want to watch the world burn.
Yeah.
But so he's trying to like say that this is like slander against his name, as if his name wasn't already tainted.
Yeah, no
Um,
kidding.
And
And-
really,
dude, you
it's just like, this is out of my character, and it's like, whoa,
Actually-
whoa.
Actually,
Even-
no, it's not.
Dude, some women find this attractive. You go on Twitter, like
Dude.
before I blocked him on Twitter, I was on it in his comments from when he tweets, like just him dancing or something. And women are
still-
full on slugs. Like, you know what I'm
People
talking
are
about?
still
Where they're
fans?
like so wet and drippy down here.
Oh my
they're,
God.
like slugs.
Certain women, yeah.
Yeah.
And there's
all-
nothing wrong with that, for the record.
Yeah, I mean,
They're just leaving trails
Dripping
wherever
like
they go.
slugs.
Yeah, they're
all I'm
leaving
saying
too.
is there may not be wrong with having a wet vagina, but dripping like a slug. I do have I draw a hard line.
I draw a hard
in the
line.
sand,
Oh
and
my
there
God.
is a problem.
women just like the fact that he hit other women, I guess. Or raped other women.
I think that it's one of those things.
I guess
like
some
where
people
they
are
enjoyed-
into-
What's that?
I guess yeah, some people are probably into a little light hitting.
Yeah, but I think
like
it's one of those
choking a
things
little,
like
but-
where we like Kevin Spacey and he made some good shit, and now he's a rapist, and we kind of have to like like take it back and like say we don't like him. It's kind of like that, but they aren't taking it back. You know what I mean?
yeah.
It's weird. So he was like,
I don't know, but I just will not associate myself with like his movies, even though I love
He
like
makes
a lot.
movies.
Kevin Spacey.
Crazy.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Chris.
Chris Brown can eat dick. I don't
wasn't
know.
he
Never
in like
fucking
You Got
liked
Served
him.
or some shit?
I've argued with people about this. I am okay with separating the art from the artist.
Okay.
Yeah, Kevin Spacey acted in some great movies. I'll watch those movies. Chris Brown, if he made music I liked, I would still listen to it.
Yeah.
He didn't, which is convenient.
That's very convenient.
So, and another thing about Kevin Spacey in particular is that he was like a really creepy dude in everything that we liked, like American
True.
Beauty.
Yeah,
Seven,
true.
Like he was like a creepy motherfucker, and we liked that.
And
Yeah.
now he does something creepy with a boy.
In real life.
And now we're like, oh,
this is where I draw the
look
line.
at Kevin Spacey.
Usual Suspects.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
Gets away with
Right.
everything. So good.
He was great in that too.
I love, man. Yeah, you're right.
American
I do
Beauty is
separate.
like, yeah, one
Well,
of the
it goes back to the brand new thing. I just went
Right.
back and listened to Science Fiction 2016's brand new, or 17's brand new album that I loved. And then, like, literally, like, right after we saw him in New Orleans, it came out that, like, he was, like, always hitting on these, like, teenagers. Like, I have a hard time going back and listening to brand new even still. So I just feel like I'd have a hard time going back and watching Kevin Spacey films. I still loved so many. He was literally top 3 actors before this all happened.
Damn.
So I guess is he still my top 3 actors?
See, I think
He acts good.
He acts good.
he does act good.
No one
All right.
can argue that. But,
So-
but yeah. Kick it back to Chris Shithead Brown. But wait, actually, since you're already derailed, let me just show the people that may have never seen this, but I like to flaunt this. This is my blocked list on Facebook.
God damn, Sean.
It don't end, baby. It's like literally like 300 people.
See, I just
Jesus.
unfollow people and like I
Right.
I subject them to my shit posting,
Yeah.
but I no longer see their shit posting. So it's kind of like I won the war.
Yeah, yeah.
I know, but I love just looking at this. All these people
I
in a
love
graveyard
looking
in
at
my brain.
In a graveyard.
They mean nothing to me. They never did.
Well, no, you just flaunted it, so they mean something. Just saying.
Hey, if you look closer, you might see someone that you know.
I was gonna say, yeah.
I'm trying to keep my focus blurred.
I'm secretly on the list.
Yeah, even though you don't even have a
It's
Facebook.
like totally Trey, double block.
Has a red line through it.
Dude, yeah, no. And reported.
Every post.
I ascribe to the concept that out of sight, out of mind, because I know
Yeah.
that's how I am. That's why I try to organize my life around that to get things done or to get things out of my life. Like just. Yeah, I don't want reminders of all these people that I don't like, or they like. It's a lot of it is just posting like disgusting things or posting racist things. 2012 or 2016 election, 2012 and 16 elections were trying times on social media. We all know this, mainly 16. But anyway, let's kick it back to Nick so we can talk about this person that's on my celebrity block list.
So, I mean, that's really it for the story. There, nothing much has came out about the case itself, but Chris Brown is trying to file a lawsuit against her for defamation, and he also made a shirt. I guess he has a clothing line. Didn't know that. Don't know why he would buy Chris Brown shit, but he has.
Because you're a rapist.
He has a.
Okay.
He made a.
Correlation strong.
I don't know if you saw this, but it says he made a shirt that says "This bitch lying."
Sure.
Did you see the picture?
That's a pretty tight shirt. Not gonna
So it's this picture on the front. It says
But-
"This bitch lying," and then on the back it has this picture of this woman that's crying, and she looks like she's in distress.
This is like the worst time in the world to wear this type of a shirt. Though.
Yeah.
It's true.
You don't wear this in 2019. like-
Dude, it's a bad shirt. But like, so what she said was that there was like psychological pressure onto her
Yeah.
performing the
Yeah.
acts. And pretty much
So-
what the whole thing sounds like to me is that she was like in a room, she's like, dude's like, hey, you want to bang? She's like, I'm feeling psychologically pressured right now.
Yeah.
No.
Because
I
there's
mean-
3 dudes and
Yeah.
me.
Not to
Whoa,
say it's
yeah.
a good situation.
There's probably
but
alcohol and possibly drug
Yeah.
use. Like
Right.
It's just like a weird situation legally. You
It
know what I
is.
mean? Like, where do you draw the line in that kind of situation where if you slightly regret a sexual encounter you had with somebody,
Right.
like when is it your choice and when is it your responsibility
Yeah.
to be like, yo, I didn't like what happened here, and this person deserves to also be punished on top of misreading my signals that I gave to them.
right.
Yeah.
Dude, I think
It's
about
like-
this all
well-
the time because of the Me Too stuff. Like,
Yeah.
am I gonna? Is something like if I were to get like famous or something, would something come out from me that I have no
Well, yeah.
idea? Have like I never
So-
thought any encounter was like a one-sided thing. I always thought like everything went well. Everything was.
Everything was going so good until the
You know what I-
lawsuit.
I thought
No, I
like
know what you mean,
It was
yeah.
mutual. It was all everything. Consensual, mutual, all that.
yeah, yeah.
Like, but will something come
It's-
out like that? I didn't like you said, like days, weeks, months, years later, someone's like, I had that one time back at band camp or whatever.
I didn't want to have sex with him, but I did.
Yeah.
Well, see,
Where's
yeah.
psychological pressure end? You know,
Yeah.
like where it's like you're like grabbing boobs and shit, and she's like, I don't know, and then you're like, but we could, and then is that psychological pressure? Like, you know, how far? Did
like
this
how far
person
did they push
go?
to do that? Yeah.
Exactly.
But I would add that, like, in this case, there's 3 dudes.
Right, exactly.
That's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
3 times as much.
Just for like mentioning it and being like,
Yeah.
what if all 4 of us fucked right now? It's like there's a balance of power in that.
Yeah,
room.
exactly. Yeah, if she's the only female there, especially,
Yeah.
But yeah, 3 guys, lots of pressure. 3 guys, 1 pressure, woman.
One pressure. Yeah, it's a tough situation.
What year was 2
now-
Girls, 1 Cup, guys?
Oh my god, those
2011.
It was so
It was
after
earlier than that, wasn't it?
07, but before 2010.
Yeah. I
Like,
agree with
yeah.
that.
I would say in that 3-year time.
That was
frame-
a great time for those
I
videos
wanted to
because
say
like,
08, which
do
is
you remember-
conveniently in the middle of that range. So
Yeah, yeah.
I think it's 08.
do you
Yeah, I would say so because I would say that was the year that MeatSpin.com came out, and I would say those were in their prime at around 08.
What about like did you guys ever watch Pain Olympics?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Also, that was
Yeah.
an 08 classic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say that year was fucked.
This
Like,
is the same era for
Pain
sure.
Olympics is nuts,
Yeah.
dude.
Give or take 1 or 2 years.
yeah, it was
like-
around that same time.
You
though.
guys, I literally saw a guy cut his penis off
Yep.
on Pain Olympics.
Yep.
Like slice, snippity, snips.
Choppity chop, chop,
I've
chop.
read since that was fake, and it made me
Right.
feel way better.
Right.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Oh.
That it was
That would-
faked.
Okay, well, what about...
I don't know if that's true. I
My
just read
whole
it.
childhood is a lie.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
I just
all
like-
I'm saying.
someone on Reddit said it was fake once, so
Yeah.
don't
to
take
make you
yeah.
feel better.
Yeah.
Okay, if that dick getting chopped off was fake, I've at least since seen a dick chopped off on the internet, so it's okay. Like, I mean, I'm not
Dudes,
missing out.
I was on Reddit just recently, which I rarely do these days. When I was like going to college and like had to stay up to like write a paper while Lydia went to bed, I would get on Reddit because I'm trying to procrastinate. Like,
Hell yeah.
Reddit
You
is
know?
procrastinating.
hell yeah, dude.
paradise.
There's,
It
like,
really
naked
is.
things.
That's
There's-
why I'm still there.
So I was just on though this week just because like someone had linked me to something. Click. Oh, I'm on 50/50. This is my like new age like Pain Olympic type situation where I'm seeing like the worst of the worst or the cutest of the cutest.
Oh my
Like,
God.
if you guys aren't familiar, I know Gail is a huge fan. She's in the other room, but she's probably she could speak more towards like specifics. But I know like there's most of the 50/50 links on this Reddit r thread is like cute puppies. Or this man's getting sawed in half by the cartel because he
That's a Gale
Jesus.
page.
wronged the other cartels, whatever, drug cartels. So
I understand you like a little bit of like sweet and salty.
Yeah.
But
That's
no,
got to be
fluffy
like
and
doing
bloody?
damage
No
to your
thanks, no
psyche.
thanks,
Like,
yeah.
So,
that's
dudes, I
nuts.
clicked on this one that was legit something like that, and it was legit some human like this really shitty like it wasn't really a shitty flip phone like video, but it was like I could make out everything, every slice and razor cut, but like it was this dude like while he's alive getting cut in half by drug cartel.
one of the most awful things I ever saw was drug cartel murders, where they were like they decapitated a dude and his uncle, and one they did with a knife, and the other they did with a chainsaw, and the knife one was the worst one.
Oh,
It
yeah,
took
it's
just-
forever.
yeah,
And it's not
it's
like
just-
he died
Oh my
Oh,
God.
I've seen the knife one
until
too.
like most of the way through that.
Right. Yeah.
The worst one I saw was a lady got into a car crash. Her face got detached from her face. And
Like, wait, time out.
suffocated.
Is this a video or
A video?
image?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
So she got into a car wreck. Her face became detached from her skull, and she was suffocating on her
flesh.
face.
Oh my God. Do you guys remember? Do you guys remember Faces of Death?
Oh yeah, my
Yeah.
dad has all of them, and I have them in either my dad's house or downstairs
No
somewhere.
shit.
All like 1 through 7 on VHS.
Throw that shit away. What are you doing?
Why?
I'm just kidding.
That's why I'm still safe here. Like people get
I'm
Still safe.
somehow
The faces
the
of
faces of death
Because
bring
I
the good-
own all of it. Shit.
But anyway, yeah, no, like the I always talk about this, but like the main one I do remember from Faces of Death is the video where they're on like this like island. I don't want to say Africa, but like some other like really like third world country in Africa probably. But they're like on this.
He pointed at Mitch when he said that.
The listeners don't know. I'm white.
Yeah,
Even though you like rap or what?
Yeah, even though I like rap, I am white.
Wow. That's impressive, dude.
There you go. I'm super progressive.
So they're on this monkey island, and they're killing these monkeys like alive and eating their brains alive. And like at one point, like somebody gets sick from eating these brains, and he like goes psycho and like gets this like rabies type thing, and they have to like kill him. Like What the fuck? like, and it's just all recorded. Faces of death, baby.
Brains have like some fucked up things called prions or whatever, which is like a virus, but it like turns the proteins in your brain in on itself, basically.
It's like mad cow disease and shit.
Yeah, it's crazy. It just decomposes your brain at a crazy rate, and there's nothing you can do. So like, it's some crazy shit. Like, especially when you think about your brain breaking down in that way, fucking crazy.
Yeah,
bro.
man.
Yeah.
Like hyper Alzheimer's.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
exactly.
degenerative like disease. Yeah, it's nuts. But wow, we went from Chris Brown. I like this new alcohol afternoon infused podcast.
It helps.
I don't know, dude.
How are you gonna get anything?
food next
You're gonna
time,
have
Trey.
to edit a lot, dude.
No, dude, no.
A lot of
Get it
editing.
raw, dog. It'll be all in there for everyone to see.
Well, I do have the one thing I said wrong. I'm gonna edit out. But
The rest of us are fucked.
Yeah, right. Like, this is where it all ends.
hey, retirement episode. We made it over 2 years.
I recently tweeted something that as I was drunk, and as I was tweeting it, I was like, I'm gonna maybe delete this in 5 seconds, and then I tweeted it and didn't delete it.
Oh.
Wow.
Did you get likes at least?
I don't remember.
Yeah. You wanna go back to
I feel like Atticus and I probably liked
That's
it.
if anyone liked it.
Twitter's rough, man.
Yeah.
It's a rough landscape, let me
It
tell
is.
you. You're competing against the best.
Ambien and Twitter don't mix.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Thanks, Roseanne, for that report.
Learned that lesson for us.
So,
Oh yeah, I got likes. Wow, it was popular. I got 4 likes.
what was it? Read it for us all. It's already on.
I don't want to make anyone's suffering sound like a joke, but I'd suck a dick for a Firefest hoodie.
Oh yeah, I liked it. I remember that. I think I liked it on 2 accounts.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I liked it on 2 accounts.
Trey,
Yeah, I
Trey
liked
also
it.
liked it.
Yeah, I 100%
And
like
Patrick Mullen, shout out to Patrick Mullen.
Oh, shout out.
I love it.
That's great.
So this guy is just the biggest piece of shit ever. But Nick, I know you have some notes on should we give this guy, Chris Brown, a free pass? Should we give this woman?
I got Nick's notes.
It's not on there. I don't have notes on that.
No, I'm referring to. Should we give him a pass? Obviously, I say a resounding fuck no, and that is why. Why? Well, this is why. Brown pled guilty in 2009 to 1 count of sexual assault with the intent of doing great bodily harm to Rihanna. Ass for days.
What are her friends call her? Queen Bee? Oh, wait.
No, that's old Beyonce.
Beyonce, never mind.
Yeah, I think we'll
Riri.
just
Yeah, the color Riri.
Bad
before
girl
I
Riri.
condemn Chris Brown a second condemnation on Chris Brown.
Trey's
I think we
wasted.
yeah, just absolutely wasted.
Blitz
I think we
deranged.
let the courts decide if what happens, because I mean he's making a countersuit. She's probably going to sue him. We'll just let that decide, and then we can be like make our.
I am
Yeah.
all for innocent until proven guilty, but
Yeah.
The point
I'm
is,
also
guys, look
prepared
at
to
this.
believe
This is
he's
a
guilty right
timeline.
away.
I'm
Yeah.
prepared to believe he's guilty as well, but also just the vague language used in this article in particular, or with how you guys described it at least,
It was
sounded
pretty vague.
very vague and like very unspecific to the point where I'm not gonna be like, "Fuck you, Chris Brown." I mean, I already am like, "Fuck you, Chris Brown," but I'm not gonna go like, "Fuck you, Chris Brown 2."
Okay.
You know what I mean?
You're not going to throw a sequel at him yet? so-
not quite yet. We'll save that for.
Well, I referred to taking a shit earlier as taking a Chris Brown, so.
Hey,
I'm gonna steal that.
You're
I'm gonna
still
steal that.
allowed to do that because
Alright.
he got charged on the first one, so
Well,
he's
yeah,
still
we
a piece
know
of
he's
shit.
a
That's
piece
what
of
I'm
shit.
saying.
Yeah,
like,
there's no question.
I don't care. Okay, that's not wrong to say. I do care about this woman if she does feel like she was raped or whatever. Like, I do care about the justice coming for that. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter because look at this. June 2009, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Like, I'm literally still scrolling.
Oh shit, those are like
Pages
These are all
on
times he's been
pages.
charged
Oh man.
or alleged or arrested. Brown, June 2016, Brown finds himself inside an Amsterdam police station after cops detained him for driving with what appears like a dirt bike without a license. He's
Oh, fuck him, dude! No!
That was a bad example.
That's where I draw the line. No,
Your bike is life. You have to have a license, just like
there was a lot of assaults on people taking photographs of him. He threw like a rock through his mom's car window.
His mom?
Yeah, through his mom's car window.
Jesus.
Oh yeah, he threw a rock in his mom's car window after like alleged like argument happened in the house when she was like, "Son, you need to go to rehab."
He was in rehab.
If
at
I
the
woke
time.
up and my mom was trying to stab me, I'd be like, Mom, calm down.
Yeah, chill out.
Take it back a notch, okay?
So what I was trying to say is that June 2016 is the dirt bike thing in Amsterdam. Okay, yeah, we know that's like that's kind of silly.
It's out of
Just
control.
2 months later, out of his control.
Well, out of control. He's never mind. Go.
2 months later, Bailey Curran, Miss California Regional 2016, tells police that Brown threatened her with a gun. While she was admiring a piece of jewelry in his kitchen, he is arrested and charged with assault with a deadly weapon. Soon released after posting $250,000 bond, denies any wrongdoing. It goes into 2016 where his ex, Karuchi Tran, obtains a temporary restraining order against him after he says after he threatens to kill her.
He has multiple restraining orders. This other one was a sexual assault thing from May 2018 with one of his It's her. I don't know who that is. Just a woman. A woman at his home.
Dude, I'm like in April 2017. Brown is accused of punching a photographer.
Yeah.
I mean,
This dude, like, what I'm trying to say is at the end of the day, he should be on all y'all's
He's
blocked
got a record
celebrity
list that's pretty
He's a
long.
big piece of shit.
Don't
on,
party
no.
with Chris Brown. If the opportunity presents itself, do not
so are you
party with Chris Brown.
Do not even be in the same room.
So Sean, are you gonna block train wrecks from your Twitter? Because this is what I like. So if I were to follow him, it would be like watching a train wreck.
But I don't
Right,
need to follow him to see it. Like, I've already got I got the news
True.
like just this week.
I
that
don't
he-
have the news. I like to like go directly to
Right to
like
the source.
Yeah, sources that I care about. You know. What I
So
mean?
I don't care
like,
about Chris Brown as a source.
Yeah. Well, sure. No. I
At Chris
agree.
Brown's birthday party, Suge Knight is suing him because at his birthday party he got shot 7 times. The
Dude.
security was not good enough.
Suge Knight.
Well, I say Suge Knight. I wish
Well,
Suge Knight
Suge
got
Knight's a
killed.
POS too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
why did
Suge
Suge Knight
Knight-
just get killed?
If Suge Knight gets shot, it's his own fucking
Yeah,
fault. dude.
that's on you, Shug.
Yeah.
That guy is
Sugar. For real.
Suge is short for sugar. I knew it. This has been EZPZ Podcast. We got other shit to talk about up in here. I know we do have this Gaylord guy that we have to talk about.
Oh,
maybe.
that poor guy.
This poor guy is 17 years old, but he still wants to sue his parents. Speaking of people suing each other, sue his parents for $250,000 for calling him Gaylord. A 17-year-old boy from Missouri has launched a civil lawsuit against his parents for naming him Gaylord as a child. He says that he wants restitution because of the fact that this has caused him great harm. Like, he's been bullied his whole life. So here's the thing. I was going to say that I was on this site originally for the Gaylord. I stayed for this story.
Oh my god.
I saw this morning doing notes for Gaylord.
no.
This
Noted
so
on
this
myself
website, worldnewsdailyreport.com, is all sorts of messed up. But this dude has this disorder. It's called BED, binge eating disorder, and he is hospitalized
I feel
after
like I might
gobbling
have
up.
binge eating disorder. What this dude's got is something different. I don't know.
Yeah, he gobbled up 30 pounds worth of urinal cakes,
Yeah.
deodorizers.
So are you calling into question my source? Is that the point of this? Because this is the news that matters. It's not your CNN. Dude.
It's not the
CBS.
government shutting
Yeah.
off. It's not.
It's not what the government
Yeah.
wants you to know. It's real fucking news, man.
Here, wait, time out. This one's awesome. That's coming up on this newsreel that I got. Here. Homeless man's penis snaps in half after he has rough sex.
with manhole cover.
With
Oh
manhole
my
cover.
God.
Oh, it's cold outside. This has been a
Baby, it's cold
Jesus.
outside.
This has been a nightmare of mine since I found out that your dick could snap in half.
Oh my god.
If you have a woman on top of you,
Oh.
hold her hips. All right, be in control of that a little bit because your dick can snap in half. But if you're fucking
Yeah.
manhole cover, maybe your dick will snap.
Yeah,
in
well
half.
that makes more sense.
Well, he wasn't in control of the manhole cover. Is his main problem. You have to command the cover. You gotta command the woman.
Well, it sounds like he snapped his dick in half. His dick didn't get snapped in half by forces outside of his control.
Yeah, no, that was definitely him snapping his own man snaps his own dick in half with manhole cover.
Yeah.
Real title.
Yeah.
He took the manhole thing like a little too far. Yeah.
Manhole.
What the heck, Nick? Oh my god, dude. That's next level. So this is coming after. I can't find the news article right now, but there was a news article that also came out this week, so this gives more believability to this. But some people were reported saying that these UPS Molly tablets were making them have sex with trees.
Oh, I heard about that. Yep.
Yeah.
It's important news also.
Also important.
Yeah. Let me see if I can find it.
You might get a splinter if you don't break your dick in half.
There was a little more in there than.
So what's worse then, in your guys' opinion?
Okay.
A big splinter.
Would
in
you
your
rather?
dick
Would you
or
rather?
breaking your dick in half?
I'll take a big
We're talking
splinter
a
in my
shard
dick.
4 inches long.
Yeah, I'll
Well,
take
okay.
A full
take
tree
it.
splinter.
So what
I'll
happens
take it.
with breaking your dick in half? Because there's not a bone there, so you're just breaking
don't
the
know.
cartilage.
Yeah.
And
All right,
then
It
I got
goes.
a story.
It is like this. It's a normal straight finger, and then it's suddenly bent in half. Is
Right.
What is
But
what I
is
could
there?
compare it to.
Can you come back from that? Can you? I mean, that's
Ooh,
healable.
Can you come back? That's.
Do you know how a
Mitch's,
penis
I'm not a
built?
doctor. I don't know.
So penis is like has like
Blood
muscle.
vessels.
Yeah, muscle around it that's like perforate.
So it would just be like a bad
It's got a lot of
Not
it's got a lot of-
perforate. That's the wrong one.
It's
Porous.
porous.
And the blood will fill up and like inflate it.
Yeah.
So
Like a
if you
balloon.
break the balloon,
Oh,
the
sponge.
balloon don't get no inflated no more. You're fucked. You can't repair.
But they
broken
can
dick.
put like a pump in
Pump
your dick.
in it.
Yeah.
So
True
you can
that.
That's true.
a manual bubble pump.
So then I don't know how that works. You just pump your dick up a little bit, and you hold it, you like pinch it off, and like get after it.
I guess so.
I don't
I
like
mean-
it. I don't like it.
It
I'd-
takes away a lot of
I'd
the
like to keep my dick in
steaminess
the
that can
shape it is in
happen.
now.
You know, people can get turned off in seconds. So here's the story, guys. I just found it. So if you aren't unfamiliar, Molly, what are they called? Pressies are like these tablets that are pressed into like certain logos. There's like a whole bunch out there, but there's a whole bunch of different logos out there. These ones are UPS yellow ones. The news headline says these ecstasy pills might cause you to have sex with trees. The Manchester, so Manchester, I'm assuming in the United Kingdom.
There's like a Manchester, New Hampshire too.
Oh, okay. I
So
don't
who
know.
knows? But they like those drugs are big in the UK. So
It's poorly made, smells like vomit, ecstasy pill.
This sounds like someone just has a problem with these guys.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
This. Like,
This is just a bad Yelp review. This is not.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
apparently homemade and has already left 2 people critically ill and in coma. They carry an extremely high dose of hallucinogenic PVP, whatever that is.
oh, that's my fucking hallucinogen. Player versus player.
Alpha PVP, actually.
You think I'm doing beta PvP, bro?
It's said to have a similar effect as methamphetamine. This has been linked to causing bizarre behavior, including having sex with trees. It has been more than 8 times it has more than 8 times the normal dosage of the drug. Police say it's poorly made, beige, smells like vomit. Symptoms of the pill include racing heart rate, agitation, high blood pressure,
Having sex
psychosis,
with trees.
paranoia, and splintered dicks.
this reminds me of a story I was just told that I'll share after the podcast.
All right. On Easy Peasy After Hours.
Yeah, where they don't know our names.
Yeah.
Well, guys, this has been a fun one. I think we need more alcohol and more afternoons. That's what
Yeah.
I'm learning.
I'm right with this.
Question is, what were we initially talking about?
The Gaylord, the kid with the name Gaylord.
Okay.
Yeah,
And by the
but-
way, I want to side hard with him. There should
Yeah.
there is an onus on the parents. Like you can name your kid whatever you want, but yeah, like it'd be naming you like dumb little sack of shit. That's his name, and the nurse is like, fine, I guess.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
all
let's
right.
just put it this way. There's literally a whole movie made about how horrible it is to have your name be Gaylord. Or,
Meet the
like,
Fockers.
Yeah, exactly.
Right,
dude.
right, right.
But several movies.
Meet
I
the
think there's
Parents.
actually 3
Yeah,
separate
meet
movies.
the Pockers, meet the parents, meet the family.
dumbass
Meet
family.
the baby. It's like the baby.
Yeah,
or
meet
dog.
that dumbass kid.
I only watched one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I love that series actually because I love Robert De Niro
Yeah.
He's
Meet the
great.
Parents was great.
and Ben Stiller.
Meet the
Ben Stiller's
Pockers
great.
was getting a little worse. The
So
final
My judgment on this is that it wasn't just that they named him that though. Like they're
like
very
actively
abusive
treating him like,
to
yeah.
him. Like they were telling him that he should have never been born. They were like constantly telling him he was worthless to them. They never wanted him.
Yeah, it's emotional abuse.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. And so like he's like 17. He's fed up. He probably like
Is he like emancipated himself at this point? Or?
I mean, I'm still stuck on this dude eating urinal cakes because he looks like Don Vito from
He does.
Bam Margera. That's like
I was
straight up
gonna
Don
say
Vito.
that he looks like the bad guy from Blade 2, maybe, where it's the big, really fat hacker.
We've come
vampire.
full circle.
Yeah.
It was Billy.
I've definitely seen all the Blade, and
I watch Blade 1 and 2 at least pretty regularly.
Pretty
well, I
regular.
mean, Blade 3 is the best. That has the 3 Blade lines for the,
The 3
title.
Blade.
It isn't
screen.
terrible.
That's where Skrillex
It
got
is
his
also not
logo.
the best.
True, dude. Probably true.
Blade was one of the first Marvel movies.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's a
so-
good point.
That's crazy.
Gaylord, okay,
So
go up to the
crazy.
picture of him so I can look at him one more time before.
Well, this is what he's gonna look like. So he's
Well, no,
got-
I need to see him in
He
the
is,
tooth.
for the
So-
listener, more handsome than his father.
Yeah,
So, good for him.
He's got an expensive haircut. I don't.
It's a
inexpensive
Justin Bieber
haircut.
haircut.
Yeah, it has depth to his haircut. This kid,
He's got a good jawline.
He's been trying.
I think that, man, he looks
So
really
okay,
pale, though,
people
so
probably
he
call him
might
GL, right?
How could this
Or he
kid
goes
get
by his-
bullied though? Like legit, he looks like one of those influencers from
Yeah.
Fyre Festival.
Right, yeah. yeah.
Or he probably just goes by his middle name, right?
I
For
hope.
those who
Lord?
like-
That'd be tight.
Lord.
He's
Is-
just
is
gay.
Lord his
They
middle
probably
name?
they named him Gaylord Fuckboy. So he was shit.
Gaylord fucked by hates pussy.
Jesus, Nick. This is the second time I've had to say Jesus, Nick. So that's a good day. So they told me several times I was an accident. I ruined their life. Then when he was drunk, my father even admitted they named me like this, so it would ruin my life like I had ruined theirs by coming into it.
No, that's the other way around.
Yeah, they got that wrong.
That's the other way
Yeah,
around.
they don't understand how that works. His dad came into it, and then
Yeah, that's how science works.
Oh my god.
yeah.
His dad came into this, and then Gaylord was born.
Yep.
So he
All
says
right.
his life is miserable. He can't wait till he's 18 to change his name. So yeah, that's the other thing on the table.
Yeah,
Does he have a right for $250K, or should he just wait till he's 18?
I mean, like, I'd say emotional abuse. Like, that's
Obviously, he
has
doesn't want to be with his parents. His
Yeah.
parents are shit. So yeah, I would take him for their money and get
I mean,
the fuck
you
out
have
of
to
there.
wait until you're 18 to change your name, and like this is through.
Well, you
like,
can do
a
it
really-
before if you have your parents, your guardian signatures.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
But-
I'm just saying they wouldn't have signed it if
Right.
it was emotional abuse.
Does he say what he wants to change his name to?
He's just gonna drop the gay and be
Chet?
Lord.
Lord?
Yeah, Chad,
just Chaz?
Brad, like one of those.
Nick?
Yeah.
He's just gonna be no. You cannot
A
go
regular
from
ass
being
name.
Gaylord to being Joe.
Yeah.
He's gonna have to be like something amazing. He's gonna have to have like some crazy fucking
A weird ass
exotic
name.
name.
Or
Yeah.
he can just go straight up weirdo and just maybe not. He can just do something weird and just be like astronaut. My name's Astro.
Frankenstein, like
Frankenstein, like Big Daddy.
Frankenstein.
That'd be tight.
That was also a
Respect
fun
that.
movie.
it was a great
Oh
one.
my God, that's who he looks like, Little Nicky.
He should name himself Tupac.
Yeah, the hair.
Yeah.
He should name himself Little Prick-Looking Bitch.
Oh my god.
Damn.
Jeez,
I mean, he looks
dog.
like a little bitch.
Trey,
dude.
he's been
Like-
putting up with this his whole life. Why are you
Yeah.
piling on?
Okay, I've seen people with that haircut.
He gets home every day and his parents are like, "You look like a little bitch."
I know.
Gaylord. Dude, my
I think Gaylord's kind of a strong name. I think 50 years from now, people will be named Gaylord.
No, so I was saying that in like my original post about this is that it's kind of, you know how people are kind of naming their kids weird shit right
Daenerys,
now. Right.
because of Game of Thrones.
Yeah, like I know someone naming their kid Zephyr and like Layla, which are kind of like
Oh,
relatively unusual.
one of my
names.
coworkers, her daughter is named Hermione.
Yeah, exactly. Is a lot of
My
like,
sister
references
names
to
her
pop
kids weird
culture.
names. My new nephew was just born last weekend. His name is Travers. Think of Trevor, but with a verse.
Exactly. So it's getting to the point where Gaylord is probably going to be making a comeback. So we've got PC to where gay like
Right.
isn't like going to be like a negative term in the next 50 years.
Uh,
And then like so people
I think black is
Fingers
still
crossed.
negative, and it's been like
Ass-
200 years.
assuming that the
White people are really shitty.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Like,
Like I'm not like that, but I think that people still associate black people
Yeah.
So I'm just think gay and the F word, A, that rhymes with maggot, like. I just don't want, because I hate, like, I don't like that at all. But I just think that, like, there's a lot. I think it might take more than 50 years. Is all I was trying to get at.
50? I don't know.
I think we're getting there already. Like,
it's
not
getting
acceptable
to the point
really
where it's
anymore.
like so
Like,
taboo, and
Yeah.
like we're like the communities that still think that that's okay are getting smaller, and people are
Right.
dying, and
Yeah.
you know, like
Yeah,
Brandon
true.
said, like
50 years from now, we'll be close to dying. That's a good point.
So, like,
so millennials now, then it will be the bicentennials.
So the
Right?
worst
Is that how it
people
works?
you know, which is a very small percentage of the people you know that still use the word, are going to be close to dead by that point. You
True.
know, and like
then we're gonna be those weird.
and they literally have to pass that on to the next generation for it to like
Right.
continue. So like
But
I don't see,
obviously with that Trump thing, it's still sticking. Like there's some little turds out there that are.
they're little turds. There's little turds, but they imagine like so your
Some
dad
hefty
tried to.
turds, even some
Yeah, yeah.
properly big dingoes.
Well, just imagine like how your dad tried to pass music on to you. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like,
yeah, he
it's-
definitely did.
Yeah, it didn't stick.
A
And,
lot
like,
of it did, but
Well, I mean,
I know
like,
what you mean.
some of it didn't
My dad's
stick.
did.
Yeah, my dad's music didn't really stick. There's like some things that like his like favorite shit, like the Beatles or like
So,
Bob
Evan-
Dylan or whatever.
Bob
Mitch.
Seger for me.
think of what Evan listens to. That's literally what my dad listens to, but like the '90s version. Evan being Chadwick being
Yeah.
Lydia's cousin. That's literally what I listened to my whole life growing up. So a lot of that did stick. I love like Marvin Gaye, and I love like that old soul and
Evan
Motown.
listens to that.
Motown.
All I picture him listening to is like '80s hip hop.
He listens
yeah,
to
probably
he
like
listens
fair
to a lot
amount
of
of that,
R&B.
R&B and Motown. He loves Motown. Like that's exactly. But what I'm getting at is like I don't go out of my way and listen to it, but like a few Marvin Gaye songs are gonna be at my like in my wedding playlist for like
Word.
and whatnot. So
Well, I mean, like there's a lot of. It's just like a lot of good music. So I mean, that makes sense. But
yeah, maybe what I kind of understand what you're saying because like a small percentage of what we were like brought up with is actually gonna stick.
because it has to be good too, and not just something they like.
Okay.
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
And even
Like,
if it's not something you listen to regularly, like obviously it influenced your musical journey from being
Yeah.
a child
Well,
and listening to that music a lot.
I guess
when
what
you were
I'm
young.
saying is
When you
have
hear
to
it, it brings back that
agree with your
nostalgia.
dad on that opinion of like hating gay people essentially and using like bad words,
Slurs.
yeah, slurs to like actually have that stick, which is going to be less than like you don't naturally inherit like being
Okay.
a piece of shit. You know?
I see what you're saying. I do agree with that. I think 50 years is probably the moment we'll finally have the first Gaylord that doesn't get bullied.
If we
Right?
learn
That's
any of it.
beautiful. That's
Yeah.
a beautiful thought.
Yeah, Sean's an optimist.
That's a
I
quote.
I like that.
That's a beautiful quote.
Let's kick it, fellas. Thank you so much for joining us. We're trying something else out with the Saturday afternoon podcast. So we have some beers. That's probably why we're a little bit more rowdy than normal.
Dude, I've like smacked my mic with this filter like 30 times.
I know. I can't wait.
Every
to
time I'm looking
edit.
over there, you're like fighting. With
I don't know. I just nothing feels right. Like nothing,
Nothing feels good.
You just have
Yeah.
to hold it from now on.
Promise ring song right there.
No, promise.
So you can find me at Sean S. Johnson on everything. The Easy Peasy at the Easy Peasy on everything. Mitch, where can they find you?
MNR Sullivan on Instagram if you like photos of cigars.
Yeah.
Nice.
Do I not follow you on? I don't think
He's
I
the
follow
Mitch
you
man on
Instagram.
It's
Twitter.
just pictures of cigars, so you might not want to.
I'll
Yeah,
follow
yeah.
you.
At _the_Mitch_man on Twitter.
The
Something like
underscore
that.
Mitch
No,
underscore
yeah,
man.
it's the Mitch man with the underscores in between the words.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
On Twitter.
Something like that.
Cigars
It's on
seem
your
cool
screen.
to me, but anytime I actually like drag off of it, I'm like, this isn't even weed, and it's wrong.
Let me try to convert you. It'll
Yeah,
be great.
I mean, I'll hit one, but anyways,
I like them fine, but I don't love them.
like I'll take one puff. One puff is fine, and I'll like be like, okay, this is kind of like heavy, good smoke, but most of the time I'm just like, this hurts.
I feel like I can convert
My
you.
taste buds just go away like after one puff.
They do they progressively get worse over the course of time. It's not good for you.
Yeah.
It's
That's
it's
why-
destroying your mouth. So you know,
Well, it is sexy, you know. I hear it's a sexy thing to do a tobacco.
I have had women tell me, like, "Oh, I would date you," except you'd have to quit cigars, and I was just like, why? How dare you? How dare
Get
you?
the fuck out of my house!
Like, you would have to trick me into falling in love with you and then spring that on me.
Right.
And then I hope, end the relationship. But I don't know.
Trey, where can they find you?
Twitch.tv/TotallyTrey.
Yes, sir. Totally Gamescast every Wednesday, 4:30 p.m. Nick, what do you got going on over there?
You can find me at bazooka_Nick on Instagram.
I saw your Cobra, or it was kind of just like a piece of a drawing
Yeah.
with a. I think that's a Cobra.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
a snake expert here, but
Yeah.
May. That's
So-
when the show's coming.
Been working on some shit.
oh my God, Nick, you gotta get going.
I'm getting going. That's why I haven't been doing shit.
Yeah, you haven't done anything for like 4
Yeah.
weeks since New Year's.
Every weekend I've just been.
Well, the next
grinding.
3 weeks are crazy. We got Alice in Wonderland next weekend, so the podcast will be different again and interesting. We'll be doing a podcast
What's Alice in
out.
Wonderland?
Alice in Wonderland and Dylan Francis show out in Minneapolis on Friday.
There's a band called.
Yeah.
Alice in Wonderland is just a.
EDM DJ.
How
producer.
can you get away with that shit first then?
Allison, like Allison.
Alice in
not
Wonderland.
Alice in. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of smart. And then the week after that we have emo night.
Kind of smart.
And then the weekend after
Oh,
that
damn.
we got, and that's going to be hosted by the lead singer of Silverstein, Shane.
I heard that. I didn't know if that was
Told.
confirmed or not. That's tight.
Yeah, it's confirmed. Yeah, Shane Told's hosting that at Woolies.
So
and
we'll probably
then-
get some acoustic shit.
I don't think so. It's
They've
gonna
been
be
doing
pretty
that.
similar to.
They've been doing
Oh,
that.
really?
Yeah. Like who was it? 303 did it. Like
Oh,
a bunch of people have
goodness.
been doing it.
Okay. Well, I'm looking forward to it more than the last one was still a lot of fun, and the whole incident with the fan was very funny. Then the weekend after that, we got Clem's birthday, so we have 3 weekends, and it's Valentine's Day weekend or whatever.
Man.
So we have 3 weekends in a row of heavy hitter events. So we'll come back at you though, guys. Thank you for listening to EZPZ Podcast, and we out.